Today on TimesCast, the United Nations Security Council discusses resolutions as violence continues to spread in Syria. And days ahead of the Florida primary, the Gingrich campaign loses momentum.
The violence tearing at the nation of Syria has continued to escalate over the last 2 days. Recently, there was fighting in Idlib in the north and Homs and Hama, major cities. Activists said that as many as 30 people were killed in a massacre by government forces in Homs recently. That included the death of many small children, according to activists. Karim Fahim, reporting from the city of Damascus, which until now had pretty much been a cocoon of safety amid a swirl of violence around the country, reports that Damascus is itself feeling the heat with gunshots every night, violence in some of the neighborhoods, checkpoints around the city, and a population increasingly frightened that this uprising is coming to their doorstep. It's gotten so bad that the Arab League mission of observers, the leader of that mission, has said there's little that they can do, and that violence has indeed accelerated even while they've been there to try to staunch the fighting and killing. In the United States, at the United Nations today, they're about to take up discussion of Syria in the Security Council. Russia continues to block plans by the United States and Europe to condemn in the strongest and harshest terms what's happened in Syria. The Russians want to make sure that there is language in there that prevents outside military intervention. At the same time, Russia continues to provide weapons and international support that the Assad regime can't seem to get anywhere else.
And Newt Gingrich's momentum wanes ahead of Tuesday's Florida primary.
How are you?
After his win in the South Carolina primary on Saturday, Newt Gingrich surged into Florida this week, and there was talk for the first time that the former House Speaker could actually win the primary there. But through the week, his momentum has stalled, and now the latest polling has him almost 10 points behind Mitt Romney going into the weekend. There are three factors behind the stall in Mr. Gingrich's momentum in Florida this week. The first is the debates. Mr. Gingrich had capitalized on strong debate performances, and they've really made a difference for him. On Monday, though, he came out rather flat. He didn't go on the attack as he had against Mr. Romney in South Carolina. On Thursday, Mr. Romney was the aggressor.
But have you checked your own investments? You also have investments through mutual funds that also invest in Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
Right.
Another factor is that as Mr. Gingrich has risen in the polls, the Republican establishment has stepped forward to stop him. In addition to the party establishment, other parts of the conservative movement have come against Mr. Gingrich. The website, The Drudge Report, has dedicated a lot of its space to attacking Mr. Gingrich. The other issue that Mr. Gingrich has faced in Florida this week is an advertising inequality.
Sanctioned for ethics violations, Gingrich resigned from Congress in disgrace.
Mr. Romney started spending in Florida even before the Iowa caucuses and has much more to spend there. The Gingrich campaign has not had a lot of money to spend in Florida. What they have had, though, is the pro-Gingrich super PAC, Winning Our Future, which received an influx of $5 million earlier this week and made a commitment to spend $6 million in the state. They haven't spent much of that money yet, but they signaled that they are ready to go up with some ads over the weekend. It's hard to understate how important the winning in Florida would be for the Gingrich campaign. The calendar in the next month isn't very favorable to him, with the next primaries coming in Nevada on February 4th, which is a Romney stronghold, and also in Arizona where Mr. Romney expects to do very well. The other problem for him is that there is not another debate until February 22nd. So without another chance to really reach voters on that scale in the next month, it's hard to see him being able to maintain this momentum without a win in Florida.